reflections, ghosts in the crowd. So come burn down my escape. I wanna feel it. Come drag me into the void. Let my circuits decay. I'm sorry, but it's too late. You never.
Happy Wednesday, folks. I don't know why, for some reason, I got a good amount of sleep last night, and I'm tired, and I don't know why. I should wake up. I am pounding coffee at the moment, and I will likely be continuing to pound coffee for the remainder of the stream. Good morning, Mark. Good morning. So we have 6 days until I feel like we're going to have a steady sim or game grind in front of us where we're actively trying to get better and also playing the game itself. Obviously up to this point, I've been playing things that I enjoy, but don't really have much of a structure because I'm trying to make it to Project Motor Racing. Now let's just hope Project Motor Racing isn't a complete letdown. Like I've said many times, I expect it to have issues on day one, that's fine. But as long as it's playable, and as long as it's better than Rennsport. I mean, that's a pretty low bar in my opinion. I don't know if anybody here has played Rennsport, but don't. Save yourself some pain and anguish, because you're not missing anything. So today, I think I'm probably going to stick to my guns of AMS2. It's just been a tried and true grind of a game that I've been enjoying. So I think we're going to focus, though, today on GT3 stuff. Simply because GT3 is a very popular form of racing these days. And I'm going to be doing a lot of that in Project Motor Racing, as well as the Group C stuff. Group C is probably what I'm more looking forward to. But I'll be very interested to see how Group C falls into class racing in that game. If they have a Group C class, like license class, I am all about that. I'm thinking... Alright, I think I'm going to warm up first. Do some single races. And let's see. So I want AI mistakes to be to maximum. Let's go high aggression. Let's go max aggression. I'm trying to duplicate the AI here, to best duplicate your average multiplayer lobby. So you already know, mistakes, max. Aggression, max. Skill set, the problem is I don't know really how to put this slider in the game, simply because skills are going to vary quite a bit. So I think right at 85 is probably pretty solid, simply because it's kind of a balance point of, you're going to get your good drivers and you're going to get your really bad drivers. So AI skill, unfortunately, there's no way to really duplicate this to make this cover a wide range of human drivers. So I think 85 is probably good there. 100% is going to be better than most drivers playing, but not as good as obviously the best drivers. So we're going to leave that there. I think that's probably a pretty solid point. Let's switch over to GT cars, GT3 specifically. Alphabetical order, Evan. I do like me this McLaren, I'll say that. Feels good. For some reason the Gen 2 cars in this, they don't get soft tires. They just get hards and wets. Hard and wet. Do I want to try anything else? Good morning, sir. Good morning, Monkey King. So, I really am liking the McLaren. The BMW, I didn't try the M6. The M4 was kind of a slog, in my opinion. And it wasn't a slog. It drove really good. It sounded kind of weak. Let's give the Porsche a try today. I think we try out the Porsche right now. And we're going to do a tried and true Sebring, because like I said, I'm trying to get better at this track because I like Sebring. I'm just very inexperienced at it, so let's give that a go. We'll warm up on Sebring for now, and then we'll jump over to some career mode GT stuff. Or maybe we won't do career. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. That's really what it comes down to. I know I want to stick to try and continue to do GT stuff today, though. M4 sounded horrible. It did. It did. It drove great. It sounded terrible. Oh my god, we're forcing the 6th gear because of the H pattern. So far, the Porsche doesn't sound a whole lot better. Ooh, a little loose. How does this car sound on your end? To me, it sounds pretty terrible. You know what? If that's how it's going to sound, I don't want to use it. I'll be honest with you. So, this is where I'm hoping Project Motor Racing shines. AMS is pretty good with the soundstage, but ACC's a lot better. ACC, I think, has the best soundstage so far. Project Motor Racing's, at least from what I've seen, looks to be pretty good. So let's try the AMG. The AMG sounds really good in ACC. Let's see how it sounds in this. Yeah, it sounds like it does on Gran Turismo 7. Yeah, and Gran Turismo 7 is... The sounds aren't bad, they're more generic in my opinion in Gran Turismo. They sound decent, just not specific. So you guys going to be playing this on day one, Project Motor Racing? I am. So Tuesday isn't part of my stream schedule, but I will be streaming it on Tuesday. I'm likely going to be streaming possibly 5 days next week. We'll see. See how life schedule goes, because obviously I have other things in the world I got to do. But at the same time, I got to get in front of the wave of the Project Motor Racing bandwagon, and I've been hyping it up and looking so forward to it that I'd hate to miss that train. As they said in Ricky Bobby, or to Ricky Bobby, if you're not first, you're last, right? Alright, let's see if this one sounds any better. definitely sounds better. I don't know if it's got the sound of the McLaren that keeps me into the sound stage anyway, but it's good enough. So if you guys missed it earlier, I'm trying to duplicate the AI to best compare it to, like, say, online racing. Good online racing, not the reckless kind where everybody just crashes into everybody all the time. So I have the AI set to maximum mistakes, maximum aggression, because I feel like that's the least you got to do to duplicate people. People are going to be aggressive, and people are going to make a lot of mistakes. AI will make less mistakes than humans, always, in all aspects of life. But the AI difficulty is where I got to figure out where to set them. They're at 85 right now, and I'm trying to balance all people into an AI skill set. I do think I want to try the Audi next. Oh, see, that's an AI mistake. That's why those are good, because people make mistakes. It's always bad when your entry speed is way faster than someone else's and you have a decent line, and then the AI makes you hit the brakes, which therefore kills your momentum through the turn. But that's why I have the settings like I do. Oh, my bad. What's your favorite GT cars? I'm curious. Wow. That's actually all me, I'd say. I thought they braked early, but I braked late. When I'm on the inside like that, I can't see the braking markers. Ninth position, lap 2. You can usually chop a few positions off on this turn right here. Maybe not this time though. Damn it, that brake hurt me. Let me ask you another question. How often do you guys use engine braking instead of braking? I'm a big fan of engine braking over regular braking. Yes, you got to use both, but I tend to engine brake a lot more aggressively than other people. Could be a bad thing, could be a good thing, or it could just be something that's just a driving style. But you'll see me downshift to first a lot, randomly, and then right back to second, just for a little bit of extra engine braking. Good morning, Alborg, or afternoon where you're from. It's 10:15 here. Oh, damn it. Come on, save it. All right, we got it. That was rough. All right, let's regain that back. Scotland? Nice. Scotland. I think that's a Scottish accent. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. And in every way offensive. I don't know. Give me the inside. That was an example of extreme engine braking. That was just an example of upshifting when I shouldn't have. I'm an 80s lad, nothing offends me, good, good. I always find myself doing random impressions of different nationalities and realizing I'm perfectly executing the accent of another nationality trying to duplicate something else. Like, for some reason, I don't know why, whenever I try and do like a British accent, I sound Australian. Couldn't tell you. But when I try and do an Australian accent, I sound Australian. So I don't know. I just don't have the mouth muscle movements for a British accent, I guess. It's like everything tastes like chicken. Well, everything sounds like Australian. P5. Hi, bye. So are you guys all looking forward to Project Motor Racing, or is that just a me thing? I know a lot of people are, but I'm always curious because, like, it's so strange. There's in my opinion, there's not a whole lot of logical opinion to the hype of it. It's usually just, this is going to be the greatest game ever, or this game's going to be terrible because of Ian Bell. And, like, it's strange to me, too, because, I mean, I guess I can kind of understand that mindset because Project Cars 2 and Project Cars 3 exist, and they are polar opposites from a success and quality game standpoint. So I guess I could see why it could go either way, but either the Project Motor Racing marketing team is just that talented, or they're that confident in their game. Oh no, he's gonna screw me. Yep, knew it. Alright, give me my track penalty. Whatever, it is what it is. One thing, real quick, that bothers me about the AI in this game, it's the only real problem. I would say the AI in this game is fairly decent for the most part. But one thing that really drives me nuts with the AI in this is, in particular, if you come in on the inside, so let's just say this is, oh, my bad. This is, you're going this way and this is you, and you're on an inside turn. They will follow their line and rub their fender into your quarter panel and force you to go straight when you're trying to turn in. And in real life, unless it's, of course, their drivers being petty, they're going to let out of that throttle to avoid the contact. You know, you might be labeled a jerk for taking an aggressive line, but at the end of the day, the human player that's trying to win anyway is not going to just rub fenders and stay glued to you and try and pit you. They're going to back off a little bit and let you overtake to avoid the crash, and then you go wide. Like, for example, you'll cut in, and the disadvantage to that is that now you end up going wide for the next turn, and they can actually cut in and retake that line right back. So that's something that the AI in this game is terrible at, in my opinion. I think that they would be a lot better if they could just dial that part in. But other than that, I can't complain too much about the AI. What do you make of the F1 26-27 news? I think it's actually fantastic news. I think it's a step in the right direction. In my opinion, it's I'm glad that F1 26 isn't going to exist. What I'm hoping for is this. Okay, F1 25 gets another year of DLC support and updates and stuff like that, and it feels like a game and not just it's out of shelf life. And in 2027, they say they're gonna they're changing the landscape or whatever their wording is for the game. I'm hoping they do a long-term game and they don't just go back to a new yearly business model, because it could go one of two ways. The good scenario is that they see the writing on the wall that people don't want yearly games. They want one game that lasts a while and support for that game for a while. iRacing's an extremely old game, and it's been supported the whole time. It's one game. Or sim, but whatever. You know what I mean. When I say game and when I say sim, when I'm talking about racing, it's the same word to me. So I'm hoping that they see the writing on the wall and that they want to change and make it a long supported game. And they just, for them to do that, they're going to delay releasing a new game so they can polish what their new system's going to be. And that system's going to be long term. That's what I'm hoping. Now, it could just be, hey, our new design isn't ready for 2026, so we're just going to start it over in 2027, and there's going to be an F1 28, an F1 29, F1 30, etc., and so forth. I hate buying into new games when I have, like, F1 is notorious for that. They're just like, it's a typical EA game, Madden 25, Madden 26, Madden 27, blah, blah. So I think, my personal opinion, games should be once every 5 years, and then the game is supported for that 5 years. And then maybe release a new game. I would prefer one game comes out forever and they just keep, like Project Motor Racing, for example, would be the Project series game for the coming future, and they just update it every single month, year, whatever it takes, and they just keep it going. iRacing is where I like that, where it's the same game. As much as everybody likes to make fun of Grand Theft Auto 5, if you bought into Grand Theft Auto 5 early, you've had 15 or so years of gameplay, and they know that too, which is why I think they keep delaying Grand Theft Auto 6. Yeah, well, maybe that's the thing. Maybe the new F1 model is going to be more tailored towards being a sim, because I will say, like, I enjoy F1 25, but I definitely feel like I'm stepping more into an arcade game just because of the UI, let alone just the driving physics. But the UI itself, the game is so bloated with just video game bloat that it pulls me out of the simulator feeling. Whereas this game is bare bones and there's nothing to it. There's a menu. You can't even use your wheel as a controller. There's no button mapping for basic menu usage. So you have to use a mouse. Anyway, let's finish this race. And then I got to take this hoodie off because warm-up is warming me up, I guess you could say. All right, throttle locked. We're in a straight line. Remember, we got a turn coming up. Oh, I went wide, but I think I go on the inside because of that. Yep. Oh, come on. That was too wide? Are you kidding me? It's going to put me in last place. Okay, serious question. Where was the track limit at that last turn that I cut? That just put me in 13th place. I was racing for the podium. I was already in podium position, and I was racing for first. Where is the racing line that I just missed right there? Because I don't see an honest racing line in that turn and the final turn there. There's no lines to follow. There's just a limitation of the walls. And yes, you can go wide. I can see where that line is, but there's no inside line there. I went wide and then cut in and took the inside to try and go for P1. I don't know if that's a game issue or an actual real track issue that I just don't know, but that wasn't cool. All right, let me take this hoodie off and go for round 2. Man, I got screwed. I feel like I got screwed. I feel like I got screwed. Well, the Merc's not bad, the AMG. We haven't tried the GTR yet. We haven't tried the M6. Oh, I said I wanted to try the Audi next. So let's go with the Audi. Man, that pulled me out of the... I mean, I like Sebring. I want to get good at it, but that just drove me nuts. Let's try Spa. Tried and true Spa. Now, if this car sounds terrible, I'm just getting right out of it. I'm not gonna lie. Not even gonna fluff it. But you're buzzing for PMR. Let's just all collectively be positive and hope that Project Motor Racing... If Project Motor Racing is half of the hype that it's gotten, it's gonna be a good game. Let's be real. It just checks so many boxes that no other game checks. And if it does check that box, it sucks so bad in another department that, you know, I truly don't, like, the biggest complaint I've seen so far is the AI. And I personally don't care, because no AI game is good. Or at least everyone, there's an ass for every seat and everybody has a different opinion. So is the AI supposed to be unbeatable? Or is it supposed to be riddled with mistakes so it makes it beatable? Are you supposed to have a wide range in the AI control? What is perfect AI for people, you know? A lot of folks are funning. I know it's ridiculous. They see it. I've been watching all their trailers, and I've even watched, Overtake. They've done their personal testing of it. And then even in the Overtake videos, the only thing that I think looks rough is the... now, mind you, he's using his own hardware and software and all that stuff, and we don't know what's disclosed there. For example, what are the graphics settings at? The game looks good, when racing, when playing the game, the replay cameras looked a little rough, and then the rearview mirror looked a little rough. I care more about replay than I care about rearview mirror. I would prefer both look good, but it's just a question of, okay, so he's streaming, or he's recording, and he's playing the game. Maybe he has replay graphics turned down, or we don't know yet. We don't know what that's like yet. But I know that everything that Project Motor Racing has showed looks really solid. Now, they could be cherry-picking their footage. You never know. But at the end of the day, I'm going to find out personally day one. So my whole plan for Project Motor Racing and testing it is I'm not going... I've already had it pre-ordered. I've had the year one package pre-ordered for, I think, like 2 months now. So, and the good thing is it's on Steam. So I don't necessarily... support pre-ordering, but on Steam, on computer, I get away with it, because if it sucks, I just cancel it, and I get my refund, and I get up to 2 hours of gameplay, no questions asked. Always get a refund. But if you're on like PlayStation or Xbox, that's where I'm like, I wouldn't pre-order unless you really, really, really want to find out for yourself if the game's good. But the problem is that getting a refund on PS5 and Xbox is a lot harder. But that being said, I also believe in forming your own opinions of things. I'm going to be forming my own opinion on stream. So, I mean, I don't know what time it goes live, but I'm probably going to go live right before that. And, you know, we'll get to bench race the game while it installs and see how good it is. Or theorize about how good it's going to be, or bad. And then I'll find out firsthand, day one, if the game runs good or not. Now, mind you, I am on like the poster child of hardware, so grain of salt, my experience versus anybody else's. I'm on a 5090 and a 9800 X3D, so, you know, whatever I get for frames, grain of salt. And how I run things is typically... I will always chase max frame rate, but for me, max frame rate's 144 because that's what my panel sees. So I don't believe in wasting horsepower to get frames you can't see. So for me, I max out the refresh rate of the panel, and then I dial it so that I never get dips outside of that. I would like to get it as close to it as possible, so the graphics are the best. But at the same time, I need to be able to allow more taxing scenes to not dip below that, because I hate slowdown. I can visually see when frame times get longer, and it drives me crazy. I've not been determined from what I've seen so far. I think it will be decent. The number of cars and tracks too seems value. I agree. I think there's far more positive there than negatives. And like I've said, if driving physics feel good and the driving experience feels good, I'm okay with bugs. I'm okay with problems. Because like, say, Rensport, for example. The soundstage, awful. The driving physics, awful. First of all, I don't want to go by what you get delivered in the free-to-play because I didn't pay anything for it. So yeah, whatever. But I can tell you that based off of the playable demo, is what I would call the free-to-play version, the driving physics prevent me from buying the game to try it further. So, driving physics go a long way. If the game feels good, and I have all these things I can do in these features, I can deal with some problems here and there. But, we'll see. A little wide. Next question is, how competitive are you guys going to be on Project Motor Racing? How much do you care to be competitive versus fun? That was pretty terrible. Hopefully better than that. A little bit of both. Oh. Streaming and racing will be something that I have a lot of time to get good at it, but luckily this is really only practice, so... Oh, Jesus. Alright, we get it, buddy. I'll just take it over here. Ooh, that's a good-looking McLaren. Ooh, I might have to use that skin. I like that one. Or, sorry, livery, not skin. Call of Duty brain coming out right there. So a little bit of both for me. I love F1 game career modes, and I also love LMU Online. So I have yet to try LMU Online. I've tried just feeling out LMU, and LMU is an example of a game that I'm not a fan of the way it feels. It's not bad by any means. It's not Rensport. Not even close. Rensport is something in its own realm of how it feels, which is just all bad. But see, I'm in the camp of I think LMU is a little overhyped. I don't know if it's because it took off with influencers or what, or content creators, but I don't know. It's not bad. Like I said, it's not bad. I have yet to care enough to try it. New to this channel, keep up the great work. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate it. That's what I get for reading instead of racing. Go, baby, go. Come on, come on. Keep this McLaren out. Only thing is it's limited, unlike what PMR is promising. That's the thing. The limitations are where everybody falls short in some category. Even Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo has what I think Gran Turismo's strongest point is that it has a wide range of things you can do. Like, for example, I'm always going to miss street cars in Gran Turismo. You know, it's no longer about equal cars, it's about who can build the baddest car and get around a certain track the fastest. That's a street car, you know, or a road car, I guess you would say. I'm going to miss that aspect. But where Gran Turismo falls extremely short and limited, it's PS5 only. And I'm sorry, like, I have a PS5 Pro, the best console that exists right now, but like, from an experience standpoint on PC versus PS5 Pro, they don't compare. It's not even close. But I'm also, again, you know, the poster child for PC technology. 5090 and a 9800X 3D are not exactly PS5 level components. So yeah, duh. But point is, I have this computer. I would love to play a PC version of Gran Turismo, but I'm good. I'm good with having to deal with PS5. And I opted out of future Gran Turismo use until it comes to PC, if it ever does, because all my gear now no longer supports PS5. Oh shit, that's rough. Oh, saved. Alright, we'll take that. That's not the worst fail. You know, for max AI mistakes, they're not making a whole lot of mistakes here. They're driving pretty damn good. Let's see. So yeah, I mean, that's the thing about Project Motor Racing, is that they're bridging the gap on a lot of things that could make it great. Here's the thing. They have a massive opportunity. If the devs are talented and have passion, and that far outweighs the, you know, upper management's strive for money, which there needs to be a blend of both. You need to get money to pay everybody, because bottom line is this. As someone who is self-employed, money will affect your passion for what you do for a living. And if you're struggling to make ends meet, using your passion to make money, the passion starts to go away and stress starts to take over. And stress never leads to success, that's for sure. So, yes, that's why I'm like this. I pre-ordered that everything you can get for it, which I believe is just the year one bundle. And I'm like, don't get me wrong, if the game's terrible, I'll get a refund. But if it's solid, or it has good bones, and it gets support, keep my money, support the game, get paid, and give us a great game, you know? I want something like iRacing, but I can't justify the subs and having to pay for cars and tracks, but I hope PMR, as you say, bridges the gap. I think it will. Like, here's the difference in... So real quick, I want to go over, like, say, marketing, and how they either have the best marketing team to ever do it, or they're confident, one or the other. Or I guess could be both, but... so, for example, NASCAR 25. All they did was buzzword iRacing. Oh, iRacing, made by the people of iRacing, right? Game's terrible. It is awful. It is in no way an iRacing experience. So clearly their marketing was hype to use iRacing's name, which is successful in sim racing, the most successful in sim racing, to advertise their game. Project Motor Racing, where they haven't directly said iRacing, but they have taken direct shots at iRacing, mainly their subscription model. So the difference in marketing is the terrible game, NASCAR 25, I guess it's not terrible, but it's bad if you were expecting an iRacing experience, used iRacing to market themselves in a positive light, and Project Motor Racing is dogging iRacing for marketing. So like I said, their marketing team, their strategy is either next level and it's all hype, or they're just confident. I'm hoping it's the latter. Or not the latter, the second one. Yeah, the latter. Anyway, I paused it into a straight before a turn. This always leads to bad. Let's find out. Alright, cool. I paused it early, so we're good. I have yet to figure that out. I'm not gonna lie. I need like a driving coach just for that. F1 cars and stuff like that are easy, but like the regular cars, like GT and the heavier cars that don't turn as good as some of the like ridiculously good turning cars, I have yet to figure that turn out. The Eau Rouge or whatever it's called. But at the end of the day, iRacing is always the default experience for sim racing, you know? If Project Motor Racing doesn't work out, that's likely where I'll go for streaming. But the problem is that there's just not a lot of, in my opinion anyway, viewership for iRacing. I really, from a viewership standpoint, you really want to be able to get console people, because that's where the masses are. The numbers are in console, you know? Unfortunately, the console-specific games are just not it. Like I said, Gran Turismo has been the best one, and it's the most popular one, hands down, from a viewership standpoint, which is why everybody streams it. But, you know, I've told myself, no matter how successful a certain game is for, say, a streaming standpoint, I'm going to do what I want to do. And if that hurts me in the long run, so be it. But, you know, like if this game was crossplay, oh, foobarred it. Foobarred it. All right, let's just cut it, get my penalty. No penalty? So wait, let me get this straight. Looked at stream. I got no penalty right there for clearly cutting a corner that was advantageous to me. But the last race, I found no corner that I cut, and I got a 21-second penalty. Well, that sure as hell wasn't it. Wow, these guys are all just driving around me. Badass. Oh, falling apart. But, like I was saying though, if this game was crossplay and it was on console, I mean, this would be my Project Motor Racing. Now, it needs a career mode. It has no career mode. But they say it's coming in 2026, so, you know, we'll see if that's legit or not, or just hogwash. But, if this game had career mode and crossplay, this would be the hype of Project Motor Racing, which is why I love playing it. I like ACC's driving experience, but I don't like anything else. So I won't knock ACC because I know it's a fan favorite and I know it is a good sim. It's probably a better sim than this game. But this game is just much more user-friendly. Get in, get out, do what you gotta do. ACC is a much more complex sim experience. Also, if you are watching and you are new to this channel, and you feel like this might be stuff you want to see in the future, don't be shy. I could use a sub. Most of my current subscription base is for a different content, because I switched it up. Alright, brakes, or no brakes, just roll off throttle. That ain't it either. Alright, so I got downshift, get back in the power, go. I gotta figure that turn out, that's bad. But anyway, most of my subs are from motorcycles, because I used to do motorcycle content. Real racing, or real life racing, I should say. And I kind of got out of the real life motorcycle racing, and I was like, well, how do I... Because I like streaming, I've always liked streaming. I had a motorcycle podcast. But I like racing. I like computers. I like video games. Well, there's really only one path. Sim racing. And I don't... No regrets. No regrets. Ugh. Unfortunately, motorcycle people... Oh, we got a mistake. Excuse me, boys. Alright, that got me to the podium. Oh, don't you start making mistakes now. But, unfortunately, most of the people that are sub to this channel don't care about this type of content. And that's fine, like I've said, I don't mind that. That's the decision I had to make. Rather than starting a new YouTube channel to do this, I'm trying to bring my, my motorcycle channel back from the dead because I kind of stopped posting to it once I stopped doing the podcast. So, moral of that story is, if you find any of this entertaining, shoot me a like, or maybe even a sub, or maybe even tap the bell. I hate having to plug myself, it sounds terrible. I'm not good at it. Third place. Not bad, not bad. Oh, man. So that car's not bad. I still like the McLaren the best. For sure. Still liking the McLaren the best. Of the GT cars, that is. So, alright, we tried the Audi. We tried the Merc, or the AMG. We did not like the Porsche, just from sound alone. Flat 6 is a perfect way to explain its audio. Boring, nice and flat. McLaren we like the best so far. I would say it's pretty close between these two in terms of driving. We'll try the M6 next. I have the feeling we're going to get stuck in that loop of, yep, this thing sounds boring. Try Sebring again. I do have to use the bathroom momentarily. I will be right back. Almost done, folks. Waiting on my coffee. Okay, and we're back to it. All right, so we're gonna try the M6 around Sebring, see how that feels. I still wish I knew what I did in the last lap of Sebring to get 21-second penalty, but hey. Ah. What's your favorite GT3 car, Alborg? And Andrew, if you're still here, what's yours? Let's get it. Well, the M6 at least sounds better than the M4. Not much better, but it's better. Handles decent so far. We'll see how it actually takes warmer tires and all that jazz and some more aggressive driving. Remember, I'm driving to the AI limitation here, the traffic jam. I will say there's a lot more, the steering wheel is a lot heavier in this car. Low input force feedback's a lot higher. Whoop! We're good. Force feedback is far more aggressive on this car. I know we just did a spa, and we're back on Sebring, so naturally Sebring is bumpier. But we've been playing Sebring a lot lately, and this is my first time using this car. There's definitely some more interesting force feedback from it, that's for sure. Come on, give me some slipstream here, sir. There we go. Oh, we weren't quite there yet, it seems. That's fine. We got the turn. All right, so there's a line we can't see. I didn't cross that. Oh, maybe it was the inside right there. That might have been it. One thing I will say about this BMW, a lot harder to drive based off of audio. You really got to focus more on shift lights and stuff. Whereas some of the other cars, the crispier engine sounds, I can kind of hear when I want to be shifting. This thing doesn't have much of a tone change with RPM, so it's a bit more difficult to kind of get in a rhythm of shifting without staring at a shift light. We got it. We saved it. It just took a little bit of rubbing. Trying different lines too, seeing what works. Sebring is an interesting track, that's for sure. Oh, inside never works there, and I do it all the time. Oh, come take your position, bro. Oh. Worst time to look at chat. What a dick move. Yeah, don't do that online, or in anything that matters, for example. Alright, let's go chase down the top pack here. We have top 3. And I already, oh god. Advanced Sim Racing. That's a good place to crash, because I like Advanced Sim Racing. Oh, alright. Do I want to continue on career mode yet or not? That's the question. I don't like that car. What do we got for liveries? This black livery was pretty badass. I like that. So let's change the liveries around for all the cars. Put BMW there. Still gotta try the GTR out. Yep, Fanatec takes that one, for sure. Nice looking Porsche right there. Alright, let's set up these liveries. Now, I want the Aston Martin green, whatever that color is called. I definitely do not like that one. Okay. That is horrible. This one's actually not bad. Guess we'll go with this guy. Just running through some liveries here quick. Torn, black and gray or yellow? To me, those are the C5 Corvette colors. I'm gonna go yellow. Viper's gotta stay blue. Murcielago, we're gonna go... Ooh, I'm liking the white and black. Maserati, we're gonna go all black. Duh. Yes, that's a good looking car right there. Guess we'll go Red Bull. I haven't tried any. These are the modded GT3 cars. I don't know if I trust all the modded cars, though. What song is playing right now? Just slowly clipping songs out of my repertoire here that annoy me. Alright. So, back to GT3 stuff now. Alright, so we have not driven the GTR yet, so let's try the GTR. Let's see how that feels. Let's get off Sebring for now. Do Watkins Glen. Watkins Glen's a nice test car track. Let me check my Amazon orders here. Oof. That one snuck up on me. Hey, look at that, arriving today. Out for delivery. Nice. That's exciting. My cup holder for my sim rig is out for delivery. It's the little things in life that make you happy. It's Paul Ricard on AMS2? I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea, sir. So let's ask Google. No. The Circuit Paul Ricard is not currently in Automobilista 2. Well. No, you're good. I'm fully content with questions because streaming is a lot easier when you have people to communicate with. I could have 57 people, like for example, some of my podcasts, there would be 200 people watching and no one's saying anything, which, mind you, that's fine because I'm talking to a guest. But when I would do Q&As sometimes and people wouldn't say anything, there's a bunch of people watching and no one's saying anything. And I'm like, well, this is just a whole bunch of awkwardness because you're looking at me, essentially look at you, and no one's talking. It's the whole point of the Q&A. Well, streaming is a lot more like a Q&A because, yes, I'm playing a game, or sim in this case, and I'm trying to be somewhat entertaining, but it's a lot better of a flow when you have someone in chat who's just chatting you up. So yeah, if you got questions about anything sim racing, ask away. Or motorcycles too. I mean, I know a lot about those. Primarily the ones you race, not the cruising ones. Don't ask me about Harley Davidsons. So it is my lunch break, and by that I mean I ate a yogurt. Do I do that now, or do I do this race? Screw it, let's do this race, and we'll have my yogurt. Do I have a switch box for my rig? I don't. I mean, I have a Stream Deck, but it wouldn't really call it a button box. It's not programmed for anything on the sim. Yeah, GTR sounds like I expected a GTR to sound. Boring! I am not an RB fan. I do not like the sound of GTRs. If I was looking for like some white noise to fall asleep, an RB would do it. Car handles good though, I'll say that. GTR's handled really good in Gran Turismo too. Yeah, this car actually handles really good. Oh. I don't know if it's enough to take me on the McLaren in terms of my preference to it, but I think it might be the best handling GT3 car in this so far. It handles really good. Like, I'm pushing up the inside faster than they're going on the outside. Now, mind you, yes, it's not the best AI, but I couldn't do it with some of the other cars. Oh, Jesus! That was all you. That was all you, buddy. I'm not taking responsibility for that collision. That one I will. And this one I will, too. Haha, just kidding. Scared you, though. Oh! Ooh, that was close. Big brakes. Big brakes. I'm a big Watkins Glen fan. It's a fun track. It's a simple track. It's a really good beginner track, in my opinion. Oh no. Oh no, that was sloppier than I thought it was going to be. Oh, that was aggressive AI. Just smashing into him. Oh, wow. Speaking of aggressive, that guy in that BMW is just trying to pit everybody. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this GTR is it's pretty legit. Sucks that I hate the sound of it, because I hate the sound of all GTRs, but it's a legit car. This might be my car for wanting to win a race. I'll have to compare some lap times running this car to the McLaren and see which one I'm actually faster in. See, like, it's weird. The AI doesn't have much of like a prediction model. So a human player would have saw that I was on the inside line right there. Even if I was taking their line like an asshole, they probably wouldn't have just rammed me. They probably would have backed off or let me take the line and then focused on getting the position right back in the straight, because they would have had a better entry. Well, the AI, again, the prediction model doesn't seem to be very good. It just goes, this is the line I'm taking, and then you were there, and I just didn't adjust for that. Like that, he almost did it again, and I caught it at the last second. See? That right there. You would see that I'm taking the inside line aggressively, and you would let me take it, and then you would immediately pass me in the straight. That's what a good human player would do. But that AI they just hit you because they don't. It's almost like they just don't know you there. Like it hasn't caught up with the information for the game yet that you're there. But that's why I talk about like the Project Motor Racing AI. I'm not too concerned about if the AI is good or not, because it's bad. I think it's bad in every game. So as far as I'm concerned, if the AI is bad, well, they haven't lost any points over every other game, you know? Oh no, the AI isn't maxed. They're maxed on aggression and maxed on mistakes to duplicate human players, and they're on like essentially a medium for skill. But what I've learned is the AI skill level doesn't make them operate any differently, it just makes them faster. Shortens their lap times up. But the reason I have the AI set like this, for now, is to kind of duplicate average humans. And it's weird too. Now I know some of it is me and my skill set on certain tracks, but I feel like the AI is faster or slower depending on the track. I also feel like the modded cars in this game are way faster at lower AI than the game-developed cars. Like, without changing anything, I want to switch cars to a modded-in car. Completely different kind of car. Might require me to use the round wheel, though. See, because like this AI... Now, part of it, I think, is somewhat this car. But this car is pretty legit. However, I handled the AI in this pretty easily. wish this car sounded better because this car really is a nice car. Oh, missed that one. I think that turn right there is the most complex turn in all of Watkins Glen. Well, I say all of Watkins Glen. It's a small track. But it's definitely the most complex turn that I haven't quite fully figured out yet. And this car, I think, takes it the best so far, though. I tried playing this online from an entertainment purpose standpoint. Honestly, the AI is more entertaining. Because people online are just crybabies, for one thing. Nobody communicates and everybody wants to do their thing their own way, and it just means that like a race never ends up happening. Shoot my fireworks now. No? Okay. No fireworks. Yeah, that's a really nice car. I very much like that GTR. That might be my top. That's tough because I have to drive the McLaren again. But so now what I want to do. The old roundy out. Go back to the H pattern. Now I'm going to show you, without changing the AI skill set, I'm going to switch over to some cars. This is a fun car. Reckless car, though, but it's a fun car. And let me know if you think the AI is faster. Because I believe this is going to make the AI... Now, I could be wrong. But with more eyes on it, maybe it'll help me figure that out. But I'm going to feel like now, like I just increased the difficulty of the AI quite a bit. And this car is also considerably faster than the GT3 cars. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Probably shouldn't have just thrown the clutch. Yeah, this is an adjustment, that's for sure. Yeah, this is an adjustment. Very, very, very little front handling. A lot of understeer. How much power is the MX-5, or do the MX-5s have in iRacing, roughly? I want to say this car makes like 850 horsepower right now. Oh, whoa, scheisse. One hand on the wheel wants to kill you. That's one thing that's fun about big torque motors, well, direct drive motors, and H patterns. You got one hand on the wheel and make a mistake. Woo! son of a bee! Got pitted. Got pitted hard right there. Jesus. You know what? Screw it. Drive like them. Look at my tires. That's one thing about this MX-5. The tires do not handle the car. Oh my god, I've lost all my turning. Look at this. Jesus. Yeah, we're done. So this car, for some reason, I don't know why, is like a... I mean, I know it says time attack, but it's like a one-lap wonder. You can't even do a full lap of the Nürburgring before your tires are shot. Man, that was a lot of fun, though. I'll say that. That's why I love the steering wheel and H-pattern cars, because I had so much more fun right there than I have with any of the GT3 cars. That's why, like, I'm looking forward to Group C so much in Project Motor Racing. So, wish this livery was better. Let's go with that. Like, I don't know. See, I don't like that. This to me is the Sauber Mercedes. But like, this car is so much fun. But before I do this race and actually complete it, because the tires will last, I am going to eat my breakfast, which is a simple yogurt. So I'll be right back. All right. All right, so let's try out the Sauber here again. Even though I drive this car all the time and I'm not really learning anything from it, but Group C is just too much fun. When you get the launch figured out, man, you can leave good. It's like throwing the clutch from like 75% throttle. Oh my Atlanta. God, these cars are fast, and I love it. Oh, Jesus. Hello there, Mr. Toma. Toma. I'm not sure which way to say it. A little too inside there. Yeah, like for example, in this car, the same AI setting, this is easy, this is effortless. From last to second place in one lap. And I could argue that I could catch him in one lap if I didn't make some small mistakes. Like, look. Now, compared to the last group of cars, going into lap 2, I was still in last place. God, this car is just a blast. It really is, like, I think the most fun car to use in this game. Oh, learn to drive, though, Evan. This and the 787B in Project Motor Racing are probably going to be my go-to cars to drive in Group C. But I think I'm going to primarily be using the Sauber because a buddy of mine is going to be using the 787B, and we're going to have a lot of Group C battles. Whoop. This is a car, that's for sure. What's your favorite groups of cars? Just curious. I love Group C. I think that's probably my favorite group of race cars. The raw horsepower, violent prototypes. These things are just a blast to drive. GT3 cars are all right. They're good for competitive racing, in my opinion. They're probably the best for that's why they're so popular. That, and they're also relatable because they're based off real cars. If anybody follows motorcycles, they're like the world superbike of motorcycles. And anytime a new Gixxer or new Kawasaki comes out, they build them around the world superbike class because it has to be a production model used or built off of anyway. What kind of prototypes do you like? Because this is technically a prototype, and so are the LMP cars and all that. I like the name Group C too because it's got a very outcasty type name, like the experimental cars that were deemed too crazy. There's a few on the PMR blog on the True to Tech, or True to Track, sorry. Which cars? The LMPs or the GTs? Oh, talking about the surface? Nice. It's got so much potential, man. Like, they sound proud of their product. I'll say that. But at the same time, what makes me worried is literally Rensport. Rensport was popular at the expo. They had people on track, like some content creators and influencers and actual racers using it. And I'm like, there's no way this is the game that they played. And if it is, why did they not roast it right then and there? So, we'll see. Yeah, GT1, old GT1 class is good. Now, by GT1, I assume, are you talking like the 05 Viper, or are you talking about like the CLK and the McLaren F1 GTR? I just love Group C. Like, I just love this level of violence. It's like you are towing the line of being in control of being out of control. It's a lot like, the best way I can explain the Group C cars is it's a lot like rally racing in the sense of at any given moment you could bin it into a wall and die, and you don't know what you did wrong. It just happened. The Aston and the Maserati, yeah, those are nice. A living track. Yeah, I mean, here's the problem with the True to Track thing, though. It leaves a lot of room for problems to happen. And I hope that isn't the case. I hope they nail it, you know? But real quick, I want to try something goofy. So I want to try something where I can entertain chat and not worry about my performance. Where are they? Super Trophy. This is going to be ridiculous. I've never actually played Shift 2. Never tried it. Gotcha. What do you play right now? Primarily. Game-wise, I mean, or sim-wise, whichever. Alright, Super Trophy Trucks. Let's try to not die. Where am I? Right there. Whoa, hey, mama. I could be wrong, but I think I landed on the back of a truck. Oh, you know what? This is a good point. I probably should have turned on visual damage. Right now there's no damage at all. Not visual, nothing. So I probably should turn on visual damage for the sake of this being entertaining. Oh, hello! Jeez, I can't go anywhere. Oh my god. Here, just go. Just go. Just go. I'll catch up with you. Oh, we're sideways right now. Ish. Oh, shit! Helps to go up it with all four wheels. Yes, this game has full damage. I just have 100% of it off right now. I don't know if my e-brake in this game works. Oh, e-brake does work in this. Look at that. Just in this particular vehicle. Alright, let's try and nail it. Let's try and hit this straight. Man, these things are hard to drive. This is where I need a motion sim. Did that look real? Did I sell it? Nope, did not sell that turn, that's for sure. I guess the e-brake doesn't work. I thought it did. All right. Gotta go feed the kiddos now. Enjoy the rest of your stream, dude. Thank you, and enjoy your day. And I appreciate you being here, sir, and entertaining me while I attempt to entertain you back. All right. Let's hold on. Let's drive something that's a little more manageable. Oh, Amazon. Are we out for delivery? Out for delivery! Oh, we already know that, though. I mean, whatever. Alright, that was interesting. Alright, so let's do something a bit more fun. Back to Group C. Group C is where it's at. See, this is what I'm talking about, though. Like, I started today's stream with the intent to stick to GT3 cars and practice GT3 cars on tracks that I don't know, well, anyway, to get prepped for Project Motor Racing. And here I am. This game has so much content that I'm doing random things. All right, let's regroup. Let's regroup. All right. We're back on the track wheel. Get back to the GT3 stuff. Let's focus up. All right. Why are all my colors reset? Oh, or maybe they aren't reset. Yeah, they are reset. You Goomba. Why did my liveries reset? Alright, we really liked the GTR. So let's do this. If you play a race, they will stay. So I have to do that per car. If so, that's silly. Well, I wonder if I can run the GTR on the track. If change them like you change now, they reset. That's cool. Per car. Man. I've never tried this track out in 1983. Let's give that a go. This is a tough track that This is one of those tracks, Bathurst, where you are wildly, wildly rewarded for figuring it out. It separates the men from the boys, I guess you would say. Like, this track will make you look terrible if you don't know it. And will make you look like a gangster if you do know it. I'm somewhere right in the middle there. Definitely not a gangster, but I've got my time on it. But I've never tried the 83 one, so let's see what that's about. These cars handle so good compared to Group C. But that's a big part of why they can be a little more boring to me. Because they're so in control. Yeah, this is the Gen 1. But the biggest reason I'm running the Gen 1 is because the Gen 1s have soft tires and the Gen 2s have hard tires. They both have wet tires, but I want to be on soft tires. I mean, I guess hard tires is probably better practice, but it's going to be another tough track where it's tough to find a position to overtake safely. Yeah, I definitely don't know that braking zone. I know the braking zone on the standard track, the modern track, not the where it's all straight. Clearly that was too late of a braking zone. PRMR, I think, will have the current ones like Gen 2 in this game. So the problem, like I said though, is that Is that a thing? Like, because I'm not going to pretend I religiously follow the GT3 stuff. But, like, do they not have anything but hard tires now or something? I imagine they still get your softs, mediums, and hards. Because in this game, you only can use hards. In the Gen 1 class, which is what I'm at, you can use the softs. What were you saying no to? The tires? As in you can use all the tires, or I don't know. Just enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it either way. I'll give Gen 2 a try after this race. See how that feels. Alright, break now. That time was a little too early. So the first one was too late, that one was too early. And the worst part is I don't exactly know where I braked either time. See, like, this is where AI, in my opinion, the number almost is irrelevant. Because it seems like it varies based off the track and the car. But, like, I'm in 16th right now with no real momentum to... Like, I'm slowly chipping away at it. And this is the same AI setting that on Watkins Glen, I passed everybody and got to second place inside the first lap. Come on, AI, you're so slow. I'm just gonna start pitting you to get out of my way. You're letting the faster pack get away from me. Well, I'm curious, if there anybody is in chat who would be mad if I let go of the steering wheel and it doesn't shake violently back and forth. Because I've learned that a lot of people who are force feedback addicts absolutely love their steering wheel to try and kill them when they let go of it. Because that post I put up made some rounds, that's for sure. give me some slipstream here. Whoa, what the? Alright. Risky, risky. For those of you who are watching and may be enjoying what I'm doing, want to do me a favor, potentially, and hit that like button? It does help. It's annoying how much it helps, honestly, because of YouTube's algorithm just likes to punish you by default. Look at this, I'm about to get split right down the middle. Yep. Oh! Braked a little too late. Oh, that was good timing. Look at that. I didn't know that was the last lap. Not at all paying attention. Alright, so I came in 7th. So let's try some the Gen 2 stuff. See how the Gen 2 stuff feels. Gen 2 is locked to hard tires in this, so we'll see if that has any effect on the handling characteristics. It could be the exact same car and they just listed that like that differently. I'll be honest with you, the tire model in this game, I haven't felt too much of a difference between different tire selections. Alright, so let's try out. Let's try the McLaren out. Same track, same difficulty. I'm gonna use the bathroom quick, and then we'll run it back. Alright, we're back. Alright. I had to lose the hat. I like to have a hat on, but with the headset, they tend to wear out your dome. Alright. Ah, what a sound. Jeez. Hello. Letting you know I'm here, that's all. Yeah, I'm really liking the McLaren in this, sound-wise. I think it's the best sounding GT3 car so far, at least in AMS. I don't even know what I'm going to do on launch day when it comes to streaming. I think I'm going to be just seeing what cars I think sound the best. I'm obsessed with sound. Kind of annoying, to be honest with you. It's all good. It's just a quarter panel. Oh, we are on the limiter in 6th. We're straight topped out. Yeah, I notice absolutely zero handling characteristics difference between Gen 1 and Gen 2 despite the soft versus hard tire compound. Wow, 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 wow. That was all me there, buddy. Sorry, I am not paying attention. I was too busy being fixated on the slipstream that I forgot all about braking. Whoa, buddy, watch it there. I always like to be on first in that last turn. You lose a little bit of speed, but you gain a lot of control. I need 7th. Yep, that's right. I'm driving like an ass. Sorry, AI. Current lap times, I have not a clue. I am just focusing on the race. Yeah, hold on. If I get to a safe spot, I'll pause it and see what I'm doing, but... my lap times are going to be limited by the trying to pass the AI, so don't expect anything that's even remotely close to impressive. Yes, oh my god. To answer your question, yes, this is AI. It's not your fault. It's my fault for looking at chat. That's my own. That's above all. That is one of the things. There you go. 206. One of the. Oh no, sorry. That's not me. Hold on. Where am I at? Best lap 2052. So as you can see, I'm faster than all of the AI, but I'm likely slowed down by the AI. So I don't know what that would be if I was running solo. But, yeah, no, that's where I gotta get better, is being able to look at chat at the right times. Like, I figured, oh, I'm in a straight, I can look at chat quick. And all I did was veer off the road, and you saw the rest. Alright, do I want to change... I think I want to change tracks. You're good, it's not your fault, guy. In fact, I'd actually prefer you to be speaking. I'm someone who likes to talk to chat, so... I just gotta get better at when I look at it. That's all me. Alright, so I like the McLaren for sure. Let's try the Lambo. It's a popular one. Let's also do modern Bathurst. This car sounds great in ACC, so I'll be curious to see what it sounds like in this. Personally, no, but I'm not necessarily against that. I primarily play this on stream and maybe with some friends locally, or local multiplayer, I should say. But if I'm not against it if you have more like, say, private lobbies where it's less, you know, chaotic. But I tend to stay offline in a lot of these games. Now, I'm waiting for Project Motor Racing primarily. That's where I'm going to be doing a lot of online time. This, I'm honestly more entertained by the AI. It also depends on when you play, too. East Coast. You gotta drive a little dirty against the AI because They sometimes just follow such a perfect line. And now, right now, I'm trying to make the AI as human as possible. So I've got their mistakes maxed out and their aggression maxed out. And even still, they just don't make mistakes. Yeah, I definitely like the McLaren's turn in a lot better than the Lambo, that's for sure. Yep, that was all me, bro. Believe it or not, I'm actually a night owl. That's why I stream at 10 a.m. because I wake up at 9. God, man. This car doesn't brake very well either. I know it's on hards, but... Do you have intentions on playing Project Motor Racing? Because I'll be honest with you, I like this game a lot. But if Project Motor Racing is decent, that's gonna probably take all my time. Oh. Let's see if I can text and drive. I can text and drive, but I can't read chat and drive. Who knew? So I will say, if you guys start a potential, like, well, something that I've talked about several times was starting a league, like kind of like a fantasy football league in a way, but for Project Motor Racing, because it's going to be a lot easier, being that it's obviously going to be cross-play, and a lot of my friends don't have PCs, they're all on PlayStation. I know they're peasants, but such is life. God, this car does not... McLaren turns in so much better. Honestly, in general, I think the McLaren just has way better control. I will say this car definitely handles like it does in ACC. Poorly. So maybe the car itself in real life just doesn't handle that great. Wow, way to block for me, bro. Appreciate that. Yeah, you gotta brake early in this. My most anticipated since Skyrim. The imaginary eventual next Skyrim or the original Skyrim? Funny thing is that I never actually played Skyrim, but I destroyed Morrowind and Oblivion. But that's also because I'm old. I was, like, Skyrim was after my time when it came to, that style of game. And when the few times I have tried to go back and play Skyrim, my, like, next-gen brain is always like, it's too old for me. But I know it's a good game because everybody loves it. And I love the Morrowind and Oblivion, that's for sure. Although I never played the remake of Oblivion. When I see videos of guys on like 5090s getting horrible frames on a game, I tend to just not want to play it. Yeah, this car is not the best through this part of the track. McLaren is far superior. But McLaren makes me look like I actually know what I'm doing. This Well, this makes me look like I know exactly what I'm doing, which is not a whole lot. Yeah, I can't wait for Project Motor Racing. Like, I'm like a crackhead scratching away waiting for his next fix. Because I really like AMS2. I just... like, I wish it had career mode, which they say is coming this year, but that, yeah, I'm not anticipating that being anything special, honestly. And I wish it was also crossplay. Because like I said, most of my friends play on console. The amount of friends of mine that I actually have, personally, that have Sims and PCs are very limited. I as well have a Discord. I just don't know what the, shoot. Not paying attention. But then I know for a fact I'm slower in this car right now than I was in the McLaren. It just does not snap left and right nearly as well. Doesn't do anything nearly as well. Who am I kidding? Jeez. Normally in that turn there, I can either just do a downshift and just quickly come off throttle and go back on it, or I can just roll off throttle completely for a little bit, and I'll easily make that turn. This, I have to do both. I have to downshift and completely let off throttle for a minute. Jesus. What kills me about GT cars is it's a lot like NASCAR in the sense where they're all supposed to be built to the exact same sort of like spec, but using a factory car. They all drive so differently. Do 202 with with Porsche. My guys can dip into the 158s. Jesus, 125 barely makes it. Yeah, I'm a big fan of engine braking in general. I'm that guy that always goes into first gear while everybody else stays in second, but they tap the brakes, I just use the engine. That was too early. Way too early. I just don't trust this car right now. Yeah, that's one thing about this that I haven't spent too much time with is the tire model and just tire temperatures and stuff like that. I just kind of play it. I have spent zero time making adjustments. But I don't play any rank play, so I haven't felt the need to really deep dive. That's a big part of where I was waiting for Project Motor Racing. Because that was I'm a type of person I am. Oh my god, this car sucks. I could definitely drive it better, but I just don't care. I'd rather just not use the car. Gee, look at this. I've stopped caring at this point. Oh, AI, he did the same thing. It's a Lambo. Go figure. Oh, now Lambo's gonna pit me, right? Use my H pattern. I just got a random text from a random number that I don't know. It's definitely spam. How about we go out for steak and drinks tomorrow? Sure. Sure, total random spam stranger. Probably AI or gonna take my credit card information eventually. Yeah, let's do it. I'm down. Are you buying? Oh, man. Appreciate that, sir. Thank you. Appreciate that. And, yeah, I'm down. So my stream pretty consistently. I've only recently started doing the sim racing thing. This was a motorcycle YouTube channel, for a while. But I shifted gears to something I could do more consistently and something that I like doing. So I do this 3 days a week, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe that was you, sir. Thank you. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Yeah, I too have a Discord. It's a general Discord, though, for pretty much all the gaming that I have my friends do. So a lot of my friends are in there playing Call of Duty and nonsense that I just don't have any interest in playing. But, reach out. Oh, actually, you know, I know what you can do. Easiest thing you can do right here if you want to reach out to me. If you click on my description, you'll see my website there. That's my actual business. Click on that and then contact me through that. That's the best way to reach out to me. Because I tend to avoid social medias just because running a business, being self-employed, and social medias can get out of control relatively quickly. So that would be my recommendation. EJRperformance.com. That's my main business that deals with motorcycles. I don't have an EJR racing site yet. I'm probably just going to integrate it into the EJR Performance site. I don't really feel like managing two websites, so it'll just be essentially a drop-down menu. But I don't really feel like I need much of a website for the streaming thing because YouTube is kind of the website, you know? Let me at least see if I can get an area code on this. Somebody from New York. Alright, so we're never going to use that car again. That car's awful. Come on. I guess we'll try the Porsche out. Man, that's a good looking car though, huh? That is a good looking car. I wish Porsche sounded better. Because that is something to look at. Right. Let's use that. Let's try the Porsche out. I want to try Bathurst again. I do and I don't. It's a fun track. Brands Hatch is a track that I am terrible on. Absolutely terrible on Brands Hatch. What is that? Interesting. Galileo Airport's fun, but not for GT3 cars. Ah, you know what? Let's do some Nürburgring. I do like me the Nürburgring. Definitely not doing 5 laps, though. Do 2 laps. All right, last place, Nürburgring, trying out the Porsche. Uh-oh. Fuck. Start that over. We're good. Actually, no, wait. I want to change this quick. Since we're practicing here and we're trying, I'm turning on all of the damage. Discord group invite sent. I also have PMR chat ready to go. Sweet. I assume you sent it to my, let me double check. I got an email here. Yep, I got your email, so I'll look at that in a bit when I'm probably off stream. And who plays Southern Country? I mean, this seems fairly country. I'm just letting it play. I gotta add a bunch of songs to it. I've chopped out ones I can't stand and stuff. So we'll see. All right. Where's damage on this? I gotta leave this, I think, to go to damage, or I think I gotta turn on the options. I don't know why I'm doing this. I have a mouse pad over here. Tempted to buy one of these sim setups. I could... Right now, if someone wants to pick my brain about motorcycles, I'd rather stare at a wall. But if someone wants to talk about sim racing, I'll sit there and annoy you with conversation. Gameplay. Nope, I don't want any of that on. Whereabouts is... Oh, right here. Damage. Right in front of my face. Full damage. Damage scale. Low, medium, high. Mechanical failures determine whether a car can suffer mechanical damage, which may eventually lead to complete failure whilst not on track. This can include a blown engine, gearbox failure, or suspension failure. Switching this option to yes will make it possible for mechanical failures to occur. No, prevent it from... we'll leave that off for now. We'll go with... Let's see, with damage type, full damage. Damage is applied to the vehicle's aesthetics and performance. If enough damage occurs, the vehicle may not be able to complete the race. Okay, so we'll run that for now. We'll do the damage scale at high. We'll turn off mechanical failures. And, you know, we'll give this a shot. Let me see your setup. I mean, I can't really show it to you at this very moment. But if enough people are interested, I will do a video of my entire setup here. I got a few more things I'm waiting on before I'd want to make a video about it. I'm a completionist in my brain. But we're pretty much at the tail end of where I want to be for this setup. I do eventually want to get motion, but I'd have to relocate because I'm not in a dedicated sim room. I have used like my movie theater quote unquote room, and I use a lower to the ground profile rig so that way the TV isn't blocked by, or the couches can see the TV past the rig. Sort of an all-in-one style setup. Alright, let's try this out with full damage. My name is not Ed Stafford, that's for sure. For all intents and purposes, it is EJR. Why does it sound like this car is getting a phone call? Like an old landline's ringing inside of it when I get at high speed. Right now, I'm getting a phone call. Oh. Oh no. First contact. No damage though, so that's good. Oh, there's the phone call again. Oh, shoot, my bad. I was wondering what you were saying. Oh, what the mother? Alright, still no damage yet. I got it unsportsmanlike? Really? Show me where the track limit was. There's the phone call again. That just comes out of nowhere. Let me read chat quick here. Yeah, that's my bad. I forgot to flip it back over to the screen. That's why I was confused. They're saying show the race, show the race. I'm like, what are you referring to here? I should do a Project Cars 2 stream the day before Project Motor Racing. I don't have Project Cars 2, but maybe. We'll see. I'm gonna be I'll probably be doing more AMS2, to be honest with you, on the Monday, and then Tuesday I'm going to jump right into streaming Project Motor Racing. We could have had PMR and GTA 6 in the same year, but Rockstar had to be Rockstar. Yeah, I know. I don't understand it. That's true. Technically, I do. But yeah, Rockstar, I give up. I absolutely give up. That game's not... I'm convinced the game's not real. Yeah, that's why I've been mostly focusing on playing AMS. Good thing I like the game, but I feel like this is probably the best practice for Project Motor Racing. All right. Gas pedal down. We're in a straight line. Resume. Oh my god, I immediately went in the dirt. We're good, though. Premature, bro. Up. Lost it a little. Here's the thing about GTA 6. I don't think it's real. Because zero gameplay. Not showing off gameplay is a massive red flag. All they've shown off right now is cinematic stuff. I mean, yeah, those cinematics are decent, but like, that doesn't take long to make. Come on! I feel on the Nürburgring you do have to turn the AI up a good bit. Uh-oh, that's not good. Because the AI is wildly slowing me down right now. I'm just gonna drive 3 at this point. Is PMR as good as ACC and GT3 Sim? I have no idea, it's not out yet. How am I getting their slipstream and they're driving away from me? Maybe it's the phone call I'm getting slowing down the car. That hurt us. We might get a little understeer now because we got front end damage. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. Come on. You know, this is where I gotta get better at streaming. Looking at the stream and then racing. I gotta be able to multitask on the fly, you know? brush handles well, but it's got no stones in a straight line, I'll tell you that. Look at this. I also, the gearing's a little short too. Needs a little more mile an hour across all the gear ratios because I like to grab second a lot, and in this car, grabbing second tends to put me into the limiter. And that was all me. I didn't slow down there at all. That was all me. We're getting there. Jesus, come on. I wouldn't have let out there, Mr. GT3. Out of my way, AI, you're too slow. When in doubt, just pit him. Oh, sorry. There goes your wing. Am I dragging the wing? Something's broken. What is that noise? Hold on. Yep, that's what it is. My bumper's hanging on by a thread. That's funny. Man, this car has hit a wall now. Oh no, we're done. Severe damage. Oh yeah. Steering wheel's all jacked up now, boys. Nice. Now we're just messing around. Look at this. Oh, I'm still going straight. What is happening? Oh. This is hysterical. Look at this. There's no turning ability whatsoever. Oh my god. Look at this. I will say, for anybody wondering about the damage model in AMS, it's pretty good. Oh, there goes the bumper. Surprised that wing's still holding on. All right, that was fun. But if we're gonna use the damage model at that aggressive of a level, then in my opinion, we gotta do the right thing. And the right thing is going to be ramps and the super trophy trucks. But yeah, the Nürburgring is an amazing track. That's absolutely, in my opinion, it is hands down the best track on the planet. Super Trophy Truck. Alright, so let's look for a good track with ramps on it. Alright. Let's go. Let's give it a go. I don't know if penalties are even worth it. I'm going to turn penalties off for the sake of hooliganism. So the damage model's up. Yeah. Oh boy. But Yannick, if you come back here next Tuesday, I will be streaming Project Motor Racing on release day. Oh wait, what am I doing? And we got the H pattern for this one. Alright, let's give this a go. Holding on for dear life over here. Who needs to spend $10,000 on a motion rig when all you gotta do is just jump? Am I right? Wow, we just jumped over him. See, this is where, like, come on. How do you play anything else right now? Variety is the spice of life. Oh, I am in him. I am literally in this dude. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, there's no control. Oh, my God. Yeah, like, we need a pit. Jesus! Alright, I think we've lost that race. Let's give that another shot. Oh. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Keep on going. Oh, that's right, penalties are off, it doesn't matter. These trucks are so hard to drive, even when you're trying to be honest. Sorry, I landed on your roof. Oh no! Oh no, what have I done? Excuse me. Hey, we're still alive. Still driving straight. Ish. Screw it. Dirt it is. Add ghost car to the mod list. Is there a place for all the mods? I have a boatload of mods for this game so far. Which one is the ghost car? Did you just say ghost car? I don't know. Well, we survived it. Yeah, that is hooliganism at its finest. Oh my god. That's such a good view. Oh, three-wheeler. Is this not peak entertainment? Nice. Oh, damn. Oh, that's good. That's a good time. Man, see, that's what I'm talking about. It's so hard to, like, do GT3 stuff when this game has a variety of things you can do that are so much more entertaining. Like, yeah, GT3 stuff is for, like, the diehard, like, you know, I want to be good at racing, I want to race. This is my best chance at real racing in real life. That's where all the sweats go, naturally. From a pure fun standpoint, I think GT3 stuff is the least fun. Like, if we want to talk pure fun hooliganism, I'm going to get in my Sauber. And we're going to do the same thing. And this is going to be pure chaos. And it's going to be phenomenal. Anybody wondering what it looks like to take a Sauber Mercedes Group C prototype over a ramp? Well, guess what? I can now show you that. And here we go. Well, all right. And now we know. Robert Messeri. I don't know what you're saying, but let's hope 2026 is a good year for racing. Be right back, folks. Got to use a little boy's room. Okay, what's next on the chopping block? Should we go back to the GT stuff? I think so. Let's focus up. This is practice. Remember, I'm talking about practice. Alright, go back to... Let's turn down the damage a little bit so it's not as grindy. Porsche was good. I like the Porsche. McLaren is my favorite. Lambo is terrible. Let's try the Oh, we got a big selection here. Let's try the Z06 and see how that one feels. Let's put us back on a real track. Actually, we can just run this track, but without the goofiness. Hold on. Gameplay, damage scale. Let's go low damage scale. Or no, better yet, no. Let's do visual only for now. For the sake of entertainment, we'll do visual only on the damage. Alright, let's see. Trying to do. All messed up. Here we go. Trying to get my on-screen display back. Hit the wrong button. So far, the Corvette's pretty good. Or the Z06. I mean, in all honesty, so far, it's really just a Lambo that's pretty terrible. Forgot to set it for more than 2 laps. What a dope. Basically, I default everything to like a quick 5-lapper. Oh, man. That's a bummer. So I think what we're going to do is, since we've already pretty much... We're close to wrapping up today. I think Friday we're going to stick to the my GT3 career mode. To be forced into longer racing, forced into tracks I don't want to race, just to get practice in. Monday we'll probably do the exact same thing, and then Tuesday is D-Day. It is the time, or it is PMR day. So let's do that again, but with 5 laps. I like that car, so let's change it up. Plus, I gotta try each car to get my liveries to save, because apparently it doesn't do that in this game. Oh yeah. Turn this back on now. Alright. Oh, okay. Oh, hello. Back in 20th. Oh, stupid mistakes. Test out the damage. Oh, come on. I am not in it right now. Alright. Let's switch it up. So you guys watching right now, where are you from? I'm just curious. I'm trying to Do my own little personal census on locations, stream times, all that stuff. Because right now I'm targeting a 3 to 4 hour stream, but when Project Motor Racing comes out, that'll likely get bumped a little bit longer. Maybe 6 hours, it depends, you know? Why am I in this? Come on, back out, thank you. Alright, so let's try the Merc. Go back to the Glen. Stick to one track to test these cars. I messed that up. Stayed in it a little too long there. And first place. That was a little too easy. Come on. Multitasking, and it shows. This is probably going to be my last race. Got some things I have to do that require me to not be streaming today. And I've been testing all these GT3 cars, see which ones I like the best, and so far, I'm a McLaren guy, unfortunately. I don't much care for McLarens in real life, but I drive what feels and sounds good in these. Getting blisters on my thumbs. This car feels real light on force feedback. I wish the game balanced the force feedback better per car. Because we're maxed on the base at 18. And the game's at 45, I believe, which doesn't scale correctly. But we're going to bump it up a little bit for the sake of feeling something with this car. Lower TC a little bit. This car is a lot more affected by TC than the others. Still too much. I want TC to the point where it will help me in oversteers, like it'll save me if I go a little too hard, but not slow me down. There's always a balance point. And it's never no TC. No TC is never the fastest. I don't care what anybody says. So what is that? So that was TC2. I usually like an ACC, I like TC1. Because it's just enough to save you, but gives you the freedom to kind of control the car. And even in some oversteer, you can pedal, or yeah, pedal out of it. Where's my mouse? Here's my mouse. But all right, folks. That's gonna wrap this one. Oh, man. Overall, pretty good day, I'd say. I had a good time. A lot of good guys in here that... a lot of conversive people. That's what I'd like for viewers. I'd rather have more people in, or less people in the chat, but they like to talk, than a bunch of people watching who don't like to say anything. That's just me. That comes from the whole. I've been doing the live audience thing for a while now, with Q&As and podcasts and stuff. And now that I shifted content over to sim racing, I'm obviously catering to a different community of people. So it's like building another community all over again. Which is fine. I'm here for the grind, but it's definitely better when people, engage in chat. But that being said, that's going to wrap this one up today. We'll be back at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday, so 2 days from now. Like I said, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be doing some Automobilista 2 career mode, continuing my GT3 career mode. And then Monday, we'll be doing the exact same thing. And then Tuesday, like I said, is D-Day. Project Motor Racing is released. We'll be streaming, even though it's not our stream schedule, we'll be streaming Tuesday for sure. And then back again Wednesday for more of it. But let's all say a prayer that Project Motor Racing is everything they're promising it to be. But that being said, folks, thank you for being here. And I will see you on Friday, 10 a.m. Until then, stay safe out there, and thanks for watching. Take care.